Nick, you guys obviously have had a lot of success as a defense in the time that you've been here. It's not easy to just replace a bunch of parts. Do you think it's been maybe more challenging this year to put the pieces together and play at the level that you guys have expected?
I think every year is challenging. Obviously we were really good last year on defense. We lost some key guys, but it's going to be challenging regardless of who's out there. I believe full-heartedly in my team and my defense. I believe that JT and Muma and all the guys in the back end, all the new guys that are playing this year, I believe all of them are just coming into their form. A lot of those guys haven't even played before. Like, this is their first year really playing, and just getting those reps, getting their pads under them, their feet under them, I think is huge for them. And they're only going to just keep continuing to get better. So I'm excited to see what those guys do this Saturday.
What was Coach Leonard's message to you guys after the game? Another guy who's had a ton of success. That stuff just doesn't usually happen to a Leonard coach defense. What did he have to say about it?
Just said we just got to play Wisconsin ball. We didn't play Wisconsin football on Saturday, and we got to get back to what we do.
When you look back on the tape of that game, aside from obviously the score, what was the biggest thing that concerned you from what you saw of how the defense performed? Was there a major issue?
Like I said, we didn't play Wisconsin football at all. We're in positions to make plays and we didn't make them. It just wasn't going our way that night, and we got outplayed.
Nick, I'm sorry. You said you were in position to make plays. How much of it, though, was the guys not being able to get off blocks consistently, or if they did get off blocks, not being able to make tackles at least somewhat close to the line of scrimmage?
Yeah, I think that was one of our biggest problems, was tackling. We missed a lot of tackles, more than I can count. I myself missed some tackles. So I think that's a huge area of focus for us as a defense, tackling, rallying to the ball, bringing hat in hands, and finishing. We got to finish. That's something that we've talked about since the offseason, was finishing. So I think we got to do a better job of finishing.
We asked Graham this when we talked to you guys on Saturday. Graham, if you remember, he said you're going to see a particular type of response from the team this week. Can you put into words what type of response you want to see, both from the defense, since you're on that unit, and just from everybody, from starter to last reserve?
I just hope you guys are there on Saturday to see it. I don't got nothing to say about it.
You look at the pressure numbers of the defense. It's not accustomed to what we're seeing out of you guys, and teams are starting to scheme you and try and take you out of the game. Not necessarily asking you to throw anybody under the bus, but are you getting enough help from the front seven to alleviate that pressure? When teams do that, whether they roll away from you, run away from you, or put you in pass coverage.
I think the front seven's doing a fine job. There's some plays that I left on the table, that I definitely could have made an impact. But I just think as a unit, as a whole, as a defense, we just need to be better all around. But I wouldn't be able to do my job without the rest of the guys in the front seven. So I definitely need those guys for sure, and they're doing just fine.
When you look at defining pressure, I guess, how would you define, sacks aren't everything, obviously, that you want them, but those that pressure can also create turnovers or bad throws, but how would you define the pressure being put forth by the defense so far through 4 games?
I would say it's average. We can definitely be a lot better. There's some things we can clean up. We can be a lot cleaner with our games and, getting after the passer. But I think we're trending in the right direction. I feel like it's a lot more productive than we were in the past. So I'm excited.
Nick, Jim Leonard is usually kind of a quiet guy, at least around us. How did he respond when he met with you guys in talking about how the defense played Saturday? What was his demeanor like? What was his message like to you guys?
It was, just Coach Leonard. He was quiet like he is. He told us what it was. He told us what we need to fix. And he's straight up. That's how he always been. He's going to keep it real with us, shoot us face to face, talk to us like we're grown men. And that's how it was.
He didn't change much the way he approached it?
I wouldn't say that. Coach Leonard is going to be Coach Leonard regardless of what happens. That's what he prides himself on.
you say
What catches your
told you,
Go ahead.
when you say he told you what you needed to fix, is it mostly what you were talking about with missed tackles and pressures? Or are there other things that you feel like you guys have identified to put yourself in a better position to succeed?
Yeah, I think just trusting each other. You know, trusting the plan, trusting that we're gonna get the calls right. We're gonna make the adjustments to different offenses we see, different motions and things that they're doing on the other side of the ball. But I think there's a lot that we need to clean up, but we're not far from it at all.
Just what catches your attention when you look at Illinois' offense on tape? What catches your eye?
Their running back, Chase Brown, number 2. I think he's a great player. He runs the ball hard, and he's their guy over there. He's a guy that they want the ball in his hands a lot. So I'm looking forward to that.
What makes him a special player from what you've seen on tape?
He's just relentless. Like I say, he runs the ball very hard. He doesn't stop his feet, and he's gonna bring it every play.
With Spencer coming back now, you've been on the field with him in the past. Different position for him now, but what do you think? How do you think he can potentially factor into this defense if he's able to get going here?
I think he can help the inside backer room just with his experience. He's been there for a while. His 4th year. He has he has some in-game experience that some guys don't have. So I think just him offering that, kind of being there for the guys, whether it's on the field or off the field. I think Spencer will be a vital role for the inside backer room.
You tweeted, keep that same energy. I think I know what you mean by that, but what did you mean by it?
I mean, just keep that same energy, I mean, everybody writing us off already, and it's only the 4th game. There's a lot of football to be played, but, in a couple weeks, keep that same energy. You know what I'm saying? Keep that same energy when we're winning games, when we're doing what we do, when we're playing Wisconsin football.
Nick, when it comes to...
All right, we'll take one more for Nick.
What has Bobby, your coach, said about the pressure and how has he evaluated y'all so far, in the outside linebacker rooms in 4 games?
I think we're doing a decent job. We're doing our part in defense. We obviously can be a lot better with stopping the stretch play and filling gaps and getting more pressure on the quarterback. But, I mean, just tune in on Saturday. That's all I got to say.
Thanks, Nick.